I'm very excited about. This is the Learning Resources Lift a Letter alphabet board. So there's been some alphabet boards in the past that have just the outline of the letters. This is a little different because we have the actual letter here and we open the letter and we'll have a toy or a little figure inside that matches the letter, that starts with the letter. It looks like there will be 27 pieces, 26 letters in the board. They look like they are full size here, so not too much of a choking hazard. It's for ages 3 and up, and it develops language, letter recognition, vocabulary, pincer grasp, and the hand-eye coordination. So let's go ahead and see what this new lifted letter alphabet board is all about. If you've looked at some other videos, some of my previous alphabet boards, there's a Peppa Pig board and a classic Elmo one that have just the letters. So I'm very curious what it's like to have actual little fidgets for it. Okay, so here is the actual board. Let's see here. We have some instructions, or they usually give like an activity card. So it tells you just some ideas to work through. Okay, so we can name the figures. A is for blank, and then it gives you just some activities you can do here. Okay, so let's look at the actual board itself. Here's the box. So this is pretty heavy for a letter board, but it's pretty good for a child to carry around. It looks like it's pretty durable. Like if you shake it, it's not going to just fly open and have all the pieces fall out. So that's good. One thing I noticed immediately is it has uppercase and lowercase letters. So that's great. You can have both uppercase and lowercase recognition, whereas the Elmo and the Peppa Pig alphabet boards that have the letters, those are just the capital letters. So this is a nice addition to have both of them here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we have inside. I hope we have some good creative pieces in here so we can take a guess as you watch too of what each one would be. Okay, so let's see how this would work. Let's look at the back real quick too so you can see. This is actually going to tell us what each of the pieces are, but let's keep that a surprise. All right, so you can see that they are in the shape of a square and it has like a little handle right here. So that opens very easily for little hands to get right in there. Your finger can just go just like that. Okay, so they are not wrapped in any paper or plastic, so that's great. This is out of the box and ready to play with, so I love that because sometimes you get pieces out and you have to unwrap them, pull out plastic, but Learning Resources really has this right. So we have our first little fidget or first little collectible figure, and this is going to be an airplane, and it is red, so we have a red airplane for the letter A. So to encourage keeping it clean and keeping all the pieces together, you could just put it back in here and close it up, but we'll go ahead and take them all out so we can see everything that we get here. Okay, so then we'll move on to B. So we would think of when we're with a child, B is for, they could try to guess what it might be. So we could have B is for, and let's see what they gave us. They gave us a bear. All right, so we have a cute little orange bear. Very cute. And these are kind of, they're not like squishies or anything, but they are like a softer plastic. So they're just easier to grab, to hold, and yeah, they're just kind of just a softer plastic. Okay, so we have B is for bears, number 2. All right, any guess for C? So I'm thinking C is usually like a cat. Let's see what we have. We have C is for, oh, we do have a cat. Good guess. Okay, so we have C is for cat. They gave us a little green cat. And my kids love to collect just little fidgets like this, like little things that they have tons of little collectibles for. And so I think that that's why this is going to be a huge hit with them. Okay, and we have D. So let's think D. I'm going to say it's D is for dog for sure, because why not? We had the cat. Yep, there we go. Dog. Okay, so this is pretty classic alphabet. All right, so we have a blue dog. There we go. Cute. Okay, so we have A, B, C, D. We'll move on to E. And we have a purple one. And again, it's super easy to just put your finger back there and open it. And we have E is for elephant. And we have a cute purple elephant. Big ears, big trunk. I love the detail on it. Made it look super cute. So E is for elephant. We'll close that. On to F. So a guess for me for F. French fries. This is learning resources. So they do have some of these cute French fry sets that I actually have one I'm going to open probably next. And that's what's making me think it's French fries. It is not. It is a flower. Okay, so we have a red flower. So that is going to be F. All right, we have finished the first row. So we have gone to A, B, C, D, E, F, and we are moving on to G. So we'll just put our finger behind there, and we have a guitar. So we have a little guitar. Cute. All right, so these are pretty good. It's a pretty good vocabulary for a 3-year-old. This is for 3 and up. So I think that they are pretty basic. We have the bear, the cat, and the dog. So that's good for this age range. H, we are going to go to a heart. Very cute, a little green heart. Okay, and we're going to move on to I. I'm thinking ice cream. Why not? Ice cream, I is for ice cream. Okay, we have another classic. It is going to be an igloo. So we have I is for igloo for letter I. Cute. Okay, let's move on to J. J is for jellyfish. Okay, that's a nice one. Usually it's like a jam or something. So it is very cute to see a little jellyfish friend here. I like the jellyfish. This is my favorite so far, for sure. Okay, so we have J is for jellyfish. Moving on to K, I'm going to give it my best guess that K would be for kite. Why not? Classic vocabulary. K is for kite. Let's see. K is for... Oh, okay. This is a key. Interesting. So that's not usually there, but let's say K is for key. I like that one. That is definitely unique in the preschool world. We have a little key. Awesome. All right, L. I'm going to go with lion because L, lion, 3-year-old. Let's see. It is? Yes, it is a lion. Okay, so we have L is for lion, a cute little guy here. Nice. All right, M, let's think. I don't know. M is for, I really want to say marble right now, and I don't know why, but marbles are not safe for the 3-year-old, so it's probably not a marble. It is going to be a moon. All right, like good night moon. Good. Okay, so this is a moon. And our lift a letter alphabet board. All right, let's go on to N. Let's see, N is for, they gave us a little nest. Okay, very cute. It has 3 little eggs in it. It is the color blue. And this is, I do like it. I like the detail on it. It can be just a little confusing for kids because the eggs are just so prominent that it makes me want to say eggs at first. But I get it that the nest needs some context because it would probably just look like a circle of hay. So they made the eggs in it for nest. So we have N is for nest. Okay, we'll move on to letter O. So I don't think it's going to be an octopus because if they gave us a jellyfish for J, I can't imagine they would give us an octopus for O. They would probably look very similar. So let's see. O would be, otter is probably too complex. I'm going to say O is for, they did give us an octopus. Okay, I was wrong. So here we have O for octopus, and then they did give us J for jellyfish. They do look similar, but we could probably be scientific here and count. And we can see that the octopus, octo, means 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is our octopus. And this is our jellyfish, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 16 on the jellyfish. So we have double here. But they did make them both purple. So that is a little confusing. But yes, so we have the jellyfish here and the octopus here, both purple. Little confusing there. So I would probably have gone with a different one for one of those. All right, let's go to letter P. P. What can I think of? I'm thinking of pan right now, but I don't see that that would be the theme. Maybe a penguin would be a good addition because it looks like they kind of have an animal theme going on. Okay, this is good. It is a pencil. So we have P is for pencil. Cute. Very cute. All right. Now we're going on to Q. Q, I'm thinking quail, but I don't think it will be a quail. That's a little complex as well. So we have an orange Q. We're going to see that that is Q is for, okay, question. So we have a question mark here. So it is a Q is for question mark. It's a good one. Looks nice. All right, Q is for question. Let's move on to R. So we have R is for, let's get this little guy out. And this guy is a little robot. Very cute. I like the detail on it. Very recognizable. So we have here R is for robot. Cool. Okay, let's move on to S. So we have a blue S here. And again, I love that these actually snap shut because you know that once you have the items in here, they're not going to like fall out. And I'm shaking it like pretty hard and they're still not coming out. So that is awesome for it. They really did make it so they snap very well. Okay, so we left off on R is for robot. We're going to S. S, I'm thinking is for snake, but probably a little too scary here. So let's do it. Okay, we have S is for star. So we have some shapes here. I like that shape recognition. So our H was for heart. We had this green heart. And now we have S is for star. So we have this blue star. So I like the shapes. They could have done some more shapes here probably to kind of keep up with that. All right, we're going to move on to T. So T, I'm thinking tree. But I don't know. It can't be tiger because we do have this lion and my kids get tigers and lions confused all of the time. So I think that would be a little too confusing. So let's see. We have T is for, here we go. We have a teapot. All right, I'm a little teapot. Very cute, unique, like it, and very recognizable for the kids. All right, U. I'm thinking umbrella here. Pretty standard for U for the 3-year-old range. U is for, yep, I was right there, umbrella. Very good. So this is cute, little detail here. Very recognizable as an umbrella. So I don't know if your kids collect all of these little items everywhere in your house. So now this is like a board that you can actually put the items in somewhere and it makes sense. Whereas usually you just have piles and piles and piles of little things everywhere and there's no place, nothing has a place. So you always want to like get like a little knickknack holder, but you don't even have to do that with this because everybody has its place. So I like that a lot. All right, we're moving on to V. V, I'm thinking, oh goodness, V. V is for, I'm thinking violin, but I'm not sure. We haven't had any, oh, we did have a guitar. I was going to say we had no musical instruments yet. But it's not true. We had a guitar. So there could be a violin in here, and it is a van. Okay, van. Interesting. So we have a vehicle here, and that vehicle is a van. Cool. All right, moving on to W. W, I'm thinking whale. It has to be a whale. So let's see. W is for, let's see. Yep, it is a whale. Very cute little whale. Maybe a beluga whale? I don't know. It looks like a cute little guy. Has a little happy face on it. So we have W is for whale. All right, X, I'm going to go with xylophone here. I don't know anything else it would be. So X is for, There we go. There's the xylophone. So we have the xylophone, and that is for our letter X. Kind of a little bendy too. So you can tell that they're not like completely plastic. They're just this soft plastic material, so they don't make that noise when you put them together. All right, why? I'm thinking, why? Yeah. I'm thinking the color yellow right now, but it would not be yellow. It's yellow. It's the color purple. I have no idea what this would be. Okay, Y is for, what is this? Okay, yarn. All right, here we go. We have yarn. We have some purple yarn here. Y is for yarn. Very good. All right, and last one. Here is the letter Z. I think we're all thinking zebra at this point. So let's go ahead and see if we can confirm that. It is not a zebra. Wow. Okay, it is in fact a zipper, and it is very clear that this is a zipper. So this is a good Z. I like this figure for a Z. Very nice. Okay, so we have undone all 26 letters, and we got all 26 little items out, little treasures. I would call these treasures, so we could call them alphabet treasures. So if you wanted to use your alphabet treasures today to work on your letters, that would work well. So to put them all back, they all open like this, perfectly fine. And to work from a learning perspective, you could match either the color, help the color out. So we could say, let's work on red. So let's get all the reds together. And then if the kids don't know the alphabet that well yet, we can just put them all right here to kind of give them a hint and say, okay, so we have A is red, F is red, K is red, P is red, U is red, and Z is red. So we can open those doors, and then we can kind of make it just less intimidating by doing it like that and give the kids just 6 items to match and put away. So it's process of elimination at this point. So my kids work pretty well with that. So we could say, oh yeah, this is an umbrella. So umbrella, we can match it with here and put it in the U. So U for umbrella, and they could snap it shut like that. So same here. So we have airplane. We can just say, okay, A is for airplane. We'll put it up here. And P is for pencil. So then we can put it in our P door and shut it tight. K is for key. Find our K. Stick it here. Shut it tight. Z is for zipper. Find the Z. Open it up. Put it here. And shut it tight. And finally, we have F is for flower. So if they were stuck on it and they had gotten everything else, they can see like, okay, well, my A, my U, my P, my K, and my Z are all shut. So this is what I have left. So this has to be here. And then we could recognize that is F. So we have F is for flower, flower, and put it here. Okay, so then we can do the same thing, and I would do it orange. So let's get our orange pieces together. Our orange treasures, you could call it, and then we could lay out the orange ones. So here we have 5 of these, and I would ask my kids, what is this? And they might say, I'm not sure. This is, a question mark. That might not be as recognizable. So then let's move to something else. And they're like, oh, well, that's a bear, bear. So they can put it in the B. And again, at this point, we had probably opened all of our orange ones to get them ready. This is a guitar that we determined here. So we'll put it with the G. Then we have our lion, put it with L. And we have our van, we could put with V. And finally, if they got back down to this question mark and wasn't sure what it was, they could say B is locked, G is locked, L is locked, V is locked. Okay, then it has to be Q. And so Q is for question. Put it there. Okay, so then we'll move on to the color green, and we'll gather all of our green pieces. So then the kids will gather their green pieces, lay them out. And you can even ask them, what they are ahead of time too, and see if they can identify them all together. And say, let's open the C. So we'll open C. Let's open H. Let's open M. And then you could try to trick them so they're not in the same row. Let's open W. And if they go here, say, nope, that's not W. Or down here, W. Let's open R. So now we have all of our greens open. And then we could say, what is this? They'll say cat. And then C is for cat, cat. Put it there. And we can say, what is this? Heart. H is for heart, heart. Put it here. And then what is this? It's a moon. M is for moon, moon. Put it here. And then if they were between two, we could say, okay, well, what is this? What is this? And they could say, well, this is a robot. I don't know what this is, but what is this letter? These are the two doors we have left. And we could figure it out like that. So, robot. Is it a robot or a robot or a wobot? Some kids might say wobot, but it is a robot. And then this would be whale. So we'll put R for robot. And here we have W for whale. Okay, so we have 2 colors left, and that will be light blue. So we'll gather our light blue pieces together, and we'll tell the kids, open the light blue doors. We have D, I, N, S, and X. So we could prompt them, what are these? And they could say, oh, this is a star. S is for star. Stars, we'll put here. And then X is for xylophone. We'll put here. I is for igloo. We'll put here. So we're just cleaning up all of our guys. D is for dog. We'll put here. And then N is for nest, and we'll put there. Okay, and we have 1 color left, and that color is purple. So we will open our E, J, O, T, and Y doors. You can kind of shut them like that so the kids can see. Gather our last items here. And we have an elephant, yarn. Oh gosh, I'm already forgetting. Is this the jellyfish or the octopus? The octopus had 8. The jellyfish had 16. So this is the jellyfish. This is the teapot. And this is the octopus. Why did they do that to us? That is so confusing. So this is the octopus. 8, octopus, J, very cute, jellyfish. Very similar though. So I'm going to say that is my only critique of these little things, is that I wish they just had different ones here because they're a little confusing. Okay, so we'll do J is for jellyfish, just jellyfish. Put them here. And we have this cute little elephant guy like him. Nice big trunk. E is for elephant here. And we have a little ball of purple yarn. Yarn there. Oops. And then we have this little teapot, very cute here. And finally, we have our last little guy, and this is an octopus, and we know because octo means 8, and this has 8 tentacles here, and this is our last door that we have, so we can put the octopus right there in his little home, like that. Okay, and so then our whole letter board is complete, and again, you can hear all of the items in there, all the little friends dancing around, but that's the good part, is that they're not falling out. So super good job for Learning Resources of doing that, making it actually connect like this and snapping in place. I love that because nobody wants 26 pieces just falling out everywhere. So kids are able to carry it around the house and not have stuff fly everywhere. Okay, and now that we've done it all, we can turn to the back and we can see that it actually does tell us like every single little piece that comes in here. So this is good for recognition if you take some of them out and you want to learn how to even spell them. So let's say we took out our airplane and the kids wanted to see how the whole word was spelled. Then you could put it up here and just match them. So we have airplane, and they could spell it out, A-I-R-P-L-A-N-E, airplane. And then they could go back, turn it around, and see all the little guys stay in there, and then put it back. And then they could say, you know, what was P? So they can open P, get the item, turn the board around, and they could find it on here and try to match the item. And they could say, oh, here it is. And this was a pencil. And then they could spell it out, P-E-N-C-I-L, pencil. And then turn the board around. All the pieces are secure. And put it right back in there. All right, so this was the Lift a Letter alphabet board. Super fun, colorful, durable. I like it, very approved. And I think you would like it too if you have someone who is in the toddler range and loves collecting just little items all over the house. Again, this has a place for everything. So it kind of teaches them where to put things back too. So I like that too. That's a bonus. All right, and if you wanted to go ahead and keep the box, you can see it came with no wrappers or plastic other than this in the box. So I loved that too, because sometimes you'll open these doors and of like surprises and you'll get tissue paper and you'll end up with like 26 pieces of mini tissue paper or ties or rubber bands or plastic. And this was just like this. So I loved that about it. So great job, Learning Resources. Loved that. And you could really just even put it back in the box like this. Keep it in the box if you would like, to make sure the items really do stay in there. And that includes 26 minifigures, one for every letter. And that was the Lift a Letter alphabet board. Super fun. Give a thumbs up if you think you would like this too. See you next time.